Hello, students. I know map work can sometimes feel a little overwhelming, especially with board exams coming up. But don't you worry. In this session, we're going to master the physical map of India. Together, we'll learn how to actually read it, find all the key features, and label them perfectly. Trust me, by the end of this, the map is going to be your biggest strength.
So, here's our plan for today. First, we're going to learn the language of a physical map. Then, we'll take a nice, systematic tour of India, starting from the very top and moving down south. After that, we'll do a little practice to make sure it all sticks. And finally, I'll share some really important tips to help you get those full marks in your exam. Ready? Okay, let's begin.
You see, before we can start marking mountains and plateaus, we first need to understand what the map is actually trying to tell us. Think of it like learning the alphabet before you can read a book. It's the most basic and the most important first step.
Now, have a good look at this physical map. It's full of different colors, lines, and all sorts of shapes. Have you ever really stopped to wonder what they all mean? Well, that's the first question we are going to answer right now. Our first clue is always in the legend, or the key, which you can usually find in a corner of the map. On a physical map like this one, color is the most important thing. It tells us about elevation, that is, how high the land is above sea level. You can see right here how different colors mean different heights in meters.
And this is where the map starts to tell its story. Notice all the dark brown colors up in the north? Well, that's the map's way of showing us mountains. These dark brown colors always show the highest places, and in India, that means the mighty Himalayas.
Okay, now let's look at this huge, kind of triangular area in the south. The color tells us it's high ground, but look closely at its shape. It's broad, and it looks a bit like a tabletop, doesn't it? This special shape helps us see that it's the Deccan Plateau, a giant tableland. Excellent. Now that we've got the basics down, let's begin our journey across India. We'll start right at the very top with the great mountain ranges that make a huge curve, or an arc, across the north. First, let's find the Pamir Nath, way up at the top. Just south of that, running from west to east, is the Karakoram Range. Just follow the pointer. And right below that, almost parallel to it, is the Zanskar Range. You see? These two ranges form the crown of India in the northwest.
Now, these ranges have some of the highest peaks in the world. For your exam, you need to know two of them. First, let's find K2, right here, in the Karakoram Range. Now, if we move westwards, we find Nanga Parbat. So remember, K2 is in the Karakoram, and Nanga Parbat is towards its western end.
All right, great job. Let's move south now, away from those huge Himalayan mountains. We are now going into the central part of the country, which you can think of as the geographical spine of India. Let's look towards the west. Starting down here in Gujarat and running up diagonally towards Delhi, you'll see this broken line of hills. This is the Aravalli Range, one of the oldest mountain ranges in the entire world.
Now, here's an easy way to remember the Aravalli's direction. Just think of it as the slanted backbone. If you can picture this slanted diagonal line in your mind, you will place it correctly on the map every single time. It's a great little memory trick.
Okay, now let's find the two main ranges of central India. Look just above the Narmada River. This east-west line here is the Vindhya Range. And just below it, south of the Narmada, is its partner, the Satpura Range. So it's Vindhya on top, Satpura below. And the Narmada River flows right between them.
And here is another useful little trick. Think of the Vindhyas as the horizontal divider. Why? Because for centuries, this range has been seen as the geographical line that separates North India from the southern peninsula.
Now, let's trace the western edge of that Deccan Plateau we saw earlier. This long, continuous chain of mountains running along the west coast is called the Western Ghats. Follow it all the way down, right to the southern tip, where they end as the Cardamom Hills. It's just one long, continuous line.
So we've covered the main mountain ranges. Now let's change our focus a little to some other important features. We'll look at the major plateaus and the hills on our eastern border. And just remember, we should also know about India's long coastline and its two island groups, the Lakshadweep Islands over in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal.
First up, let's find the Malwa Plateau. You'll find it right here, sitting between the Aravalli and the Vindhya ranges. Now let's move our eyes towards the east. This region over here, which is very rich in minerals, is the Chotanagpur Plateau. So it's simple. Malwa is in the west and Chotanagpur is in the east. Now, on India's far eastern border with Myanmar, there is a series of hills called the Purbanchal. The main ones you need to know for your exam are the Patkai, the Naga, the Jaintia, and the Mizo Hills. So let's go find them on the map.
Notice how they are arranged from north to south, right along the border. Starting from the top, we have the Patkai Hills, followed by the Naga Hills, then the Jaintia Hills, and finally, down in the south, the Mizo Hills. It's a very clear step-by-step chain.
All right, you have learned where all the key features are. Now it's time to put that new knowledge to the test. Don't worry, this isn't an exam. This is just to help you strengthen your memory. In a moment, you're going to see a blank map of India. Before I show you the answers, I want you to just take a moment and try to picture the main ranges we've talked about. Try to see them in your mind. Are you ready? Okay, let's start. First, can you picture the Karakoram Range right at the top? Good. Now, can you visualize that slanted backbone, the Aravalis? Next, try to place the horizontal divider, the Vindhyas, right across the center. And finally, trace that long line of the Western Ghats down the west coast. Just take a moment to fix those shapes in your mind. And here are the correct locations. Check your mental map with this one. How did you do? Did you get them right? You know, even if you were a little bit off, that's perfectly okay. This is exactly the kind of practice that will make you perfect for the exam. Well done!
You now know where all the features are. This last section is all about how to mark them on your answer sheet so you get full marks. This is very, very important, so please pay close attention. Just look at these two maps. The one on the left, it's messy, it's difficult to read. Now look at the one on the right. It's clean, it's neat, and it's very clear. The examiner can see exactly what you have marked. We always want our maps to look like the one on the right.
So, to get that perfect score, just follow 3 simple rules. Rule 1. Label outside the map and use neat arrows to point to the feature. Rule 2. If there are too many things in one small area, use numbers on the map and create a small legend, or key. And Rule 3. This is the most important one. Focus on accuracy, not on art. A simple line in the correct place is all you need. They are testing your geography, not your drawing skills.
And there you have it. A simple, clear method to understand, remember, and correctly label the physical features of India. You now have the tools to turn this map from a challenge into a real strength for your exam. Please let us know in the comments what other geography topic you'd like us to explain next. Keep practicing, and all the very best.